Good morning to you all. I welcome you all again in the second session of the AICT Training and Learning Academy's one-week faculty development program on sustainable change management in Technical Institute for National Education Policy 2020 implementation, organized by Government Engineering College, Bilaspur. I am overjoyed to take this opportunity to introduce our resource person of this session, Dr. Manish Okade. Dr. Manish Okade is an assistant professor in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, National Institute of Technology, Rourkela since 2014. He also worked as lecturer and senior lecturer in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, BVB College of Engineering and Technology, Hubli, Karnataka from 2004 to 2006. He worked as assistant lecturer in Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, National Institute of Technology, Surthakal, Karnataka in 2003. He obtained PhD in Computer Vision and Image Processing from Electronics and Electrical Communication Engineering Department in Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur in 2014. The title of the thesis was Camera Motion Estimation, Characterization and its Applications. He has published several research journals in various national and international journals. He completed a sponsored project by DST SERB, Government of India, under Early Career Research Award in 2019. His research interests include image and video processing, pattern recognition, and computer vision. He teaches subject basic electronics, analog electronics, digital electronics, transform, domain signal processing, data compression, image processing, pattern recognition, computer networks, etc. He has received IBM Great Mind Challenge Award for the project OSPEDAL in the year 2008. He also received a Microsoft Travel Grant Award for presenting a paper at International Conference on Multimedia Expo 2012 in Melbourne, Australia. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Dr. Manish Okade. Please, sir, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Indrani Borkarji. And it is again a pleasure to be associated with GEC Bilaspur. I think I am talking for the second time here. So I think last year I was part of a workshop again on similar topic uh, with regard to this NEP itself. So before I could start or etc., I see that there are diverse participants in this Atal workshop. And before I could start, as usual, I would like to thank Professor Chawla and Professor Sanjay, both of them, because it has been an association with NIT Rourkela that we are the mentor and the GEC Bilaspur are the mentees as part of TechCube program. So from there we have a relationship, and even Agarwal sir is also part of that. So it's a long journey that we have had for the past few years, and it's always a pleasure being there for any of the workshops or any of the things. Many times we have had exchange visits also, but for the past 2 years, due to this unprecedented times that we are in, we were unable to establish more contact. So we hope that the TechU program is again revived, and I personally invite all the GEC faculty here to our campus. So we hope that good times prevail. So with this, I think I will start my talk. So basically, if I can say, I have prepared some slides also, but I could see that there is a slight change in my schedule. So I am presenting, I was scheduled to present tomorrow and day after, but because of some last moment changes, I have been requested to present today. So, but I am dealing with the NEP part, which is the last two parts. So that is part 3 and part 4. So now it becomes prudent for me to talk about the initial parts. So I'm just repeating few things which already you may have known. So many of the GEC people would have known earlier when they attended my talk, but I can see there is a diverse audience here. So maybe they would be benefited and all that. So I'm just repeating few slides which I have earlier covered during my talk with, especially with GEC Bilaspur when they had an internal program that time. So I'll prepare, I have just present that, and then I will go to my section. And I think 2 hours is too much for me to talk, because I am a very kind of person who is, I do talk, but not 2 hours, because I feel that always it is boring to talk for 2 hours and people will sleep and all that. So I am kind of a person who tries to make you, means tries always not to make you sleep. On the other way around, I am generally sleeping in my lectures, because you can see my eyes are generally closed many times because I'm thinking something. So it is the other way around, that you may think that sir is sleeping, right? So let's keep it very small and short. So maximum I can go till 12:45 or nearing 1. I can't go more than that, because that's what my capacity, right? So if you compare that with the javelin throw that we had by Neeraj, so I think I will be below 60-meter mark. So with this, I think I'll stop my video and I'll start sharing, because the video has the issue that maybe the bandwidth is consumed. And so let me start sharing my screen. So I'll share it with along with my computer audio. So because generally people who know me, that they know that I am kind of a storyteller, right? So they say that you would have heard that Nilesh Mishra on this 93.5 FM, he said, "मैं कहानी सुनाता हूँ." So I am kind of a storyteller, the Pad Piper, isn't it? Who always does this and brings this all the rats nearby, and of course he dumps them down. But I don't do that. So I generally do that. So let's see what I have planned. So before I could start, I will just ask you whether you could see my fairy tale here. We could hear my audio. So I want to confirm from you, are you able to see my video and audio?
We can see your video, sir, and audio is a bit scattered, but okay, sir.
Okay, let me check once more. I'll play a little.
No, sir, audio is not coming.
Audio is not there.
Sir, while using sharing option, there only computer audio option was there. You can on it there.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I was waiting for that. So
Yes.
I'll just do that. And because computer audio is important for me, because unless I have that, I'll not be able to deliver my true potential. So just let me see here whether it is.
Once you can stop sharing, sir, and again you can start sharing.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing. So that's good. So I'll stop sharing and then I will share content. And yeah, include. There is an option called include computer sound, which I had not included. So I'm sorry for that. So I just include it now, and let's see whether my story plays now.
Yes, sir.
In their own way, of course. But not all of them enjoyed such luxuries, and one such miserable kitten was mine.
So is it audible as well as visible, the video?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Great.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So then it solves my purpose, that what I am trying to talk about. So let us start for today. So I have been interested these two parts of key areas of focus for the national education policy and how to implement it. So basically that is called making it happen. See, nowadays all these words are very catching, no? So nice words they use. So but we always have to be sure that it is again layman wise only. So key areas of focus means I'll just put it in Hindi, dhyan kis pe hai, right? So nowadays everybody's dhyan is on the computer screen. So dhyan computer pe hai, but still key areas of focus from the point of view of the education policy, where they want to focus. So that is what is key areas of focus. Making it happen is just implementation, how they think that it could be implemented. So that is the parts that I would like to cover. And I always include my thank you message before I start. So maybe if you do not like it, you can just quit. So that's always there, that I always say thank you before. Right. So let's start with this. So overview is that I will just talk very briefly about the education policy, what and why. See, before you start anything, suppose you go to a course, say you want to do some MTech or BTech or any MA arts. So you should always think what am I going to do and why am I doing it? Is it really interesting, or has it been told by my parents? Has it been recommended by somebody else that okay, yahan acha job milega, that's why I should do it? So anything you do, ask yourself two questions. What am I doing? And why am I doing that? So these are the two important questions that one has to ask. So we will tell about, we are in the context of talking about the education policy. So we will talk about these two things, what and why about the national education policy. Then these words, again, the catchy words are there, holistic and multidisciplinary. Maybe many times, many people will repeat this. Okay, so I think I am the first person who is starting this on the day one. So I may not be the culprit here. So you may find later people may again repeat this. So with due respects to them, so we will just tell this in a very broader sense, what is this holistic and multidisciplinary. And other key areas of focus I have just told, and making it happen also I have just told what they are. So let's go to the education policy, what exactly it is. So what is this? So it is just a recommendation, what has been put up to the government of India. And earlier it was called Ministry of Human Resource Development. Now it is called Ministry of Education, headed by Sri Dharmendra Pradhanji. So that is what it is called. So it is an education policy. It is just a recommendation. Please understand that it is not binding on anybody still. It is a recommendation given, and it is in line. They say that it is aaj ka hai. Right, so it is for the 21st century. In again, this is the needs and aspirations of the Indian citizens, of the Indian public. So this is again a nicely coined word that we use, that whatever is the demand now, it is suiting that particular demand and that particular aspirations of the people. So what it tries to do, it tries to say that the earlier things, it doesn't say that earlier things are bad. So if it was true, then I would not be giving a talk to you on this, because I come from the earlier, I think majority of us, whoever are in the academic world, come from the earlier form of education. So it is not that they are saying that it is bad. It is saying that we need to revise and review and do some tweaking here and there according to the current generation needs. So that is what it is trying to do. It is trying to revise and revamp. Please understand that Indian education till date, with the old policy, also has been commendable. It has been achieved many milestones, and India is mostly proud because of its citizens working all around the world. So this particular thing is only going to revise as per the current needs. What it is, it's a 66-page document. I'll tell you in the next slide what it was originally. So it's a 66-page document. If you just go and Google, if you Google this particular part, you will see that you will see this policy available on all majorly on the MOE site, as well as majorly you can find it on any university site. So here I'll just put my pointer. I'll bringing my pointer pen. Right. So if you see here, so this is a 60, please note, this is a 66-page document. I think, see, if you read even 2 pages, right, in a month's time, you'll be able to read the entire NEP. So I think one should devote, you are attending this particular talks on NEP, one should devote to read this, just read it just like a novel. Don't read it like from the way of understanding. So, and it is nicely structured, that it is divided into 4 parts. School education, higher education, the other key areas, making it happen. I was scheduled to speak today about the other key areas and making it happen. So since it was for the last day, I always thought that somebody would do the school education and higher education. But since the ordering has been changed, now I am mandated to tell you something about very small things about this. Not school education, we'll try to talk about higher education with the limitation of the time that we have, as well as I told you, my capacity for throwing things is very less. Right. So, and we should know who was chairing this committee. So it is Professor K. Kasturi Rangan, former ISRO chairman, who is the chairman. We call him the architect of NEP. So, but before we go to understand what this policy is, we should know when the last policy was. So as I told you, we come from the previous generation. The last policy was in 1986, but it was adopted in 1992. So broadly, I'm telling, we are 30 years, nothing has been done from the policy point of view. Basically, there may be several reasons. The reasons we देखिए सब जब तक अच्छा सब कुछ चलता है तो why somebody wants to disturb it, isn't it? So everything is going well. So I don't think anybody will tweak it. right? So we don't know the reasons, the political reasons we won't go into because we are strict academicians. We won't dwell into those aspects. But my take on this is maybe everything was working fine, so that's what the need was not felt. So that's the positive way in which we can take it, that because we have seen our own generations coming out with flying colors. So, but on record, we should know that the last major change which was adopted was in 1992. Right. So the current one, the deliberation started early 2019. So as I have put here, 2019, and this nowadays, this mygov.in. So I think all of you have visited here. It's an active website. So there, all the participants, even general public, were invited by the Ministry of Education to give their views. So you could also write an email. Several people wrote these big documents, and so they had got several representations, which was scanned, which was deliberated, talked about. So these number of suggestions came. So approximately over 2 lakh suggestions were received, and earlier draft was 484 pages. So when they came up with their draft, it was 484 pages. But since 484 pages, imagine it would be to implement that 484, it will take a lot of time. So it was discussed, etc., and reduced to 66 pages. So the current approved by the Union Cabinet, whatever we have, is around 66 pages. Where and divided as earlier, as I told, it is divided into 4 sections: school education, higher education, other key areas, and making it happen. So that is what we have. So I'll just pause here and ask if you have any issues over this. What aspects of education policy? Any questions at this point? Okay, nice. Then it's the what is clear, I hope. Then let's go to answer our next question, why. So I had taken this particular example in my earlier talk also. So before we say why, we'll see ask the vice versa. Why don't we use the above things? So could anybody be interactive and let me know why don't you answer use a 25 paise coin or an ambassador or a Maruti 800? Anybody?
They are outdated.
Yeah, one of the answers that I am getting is outdated. So we'll just write it here. So it is outdated, right? So means expiry ho gaya, right? So this is what you mean. So see, it's like this the medicines that we use has a expiry date. So this has been expired, right? So which to one extent is correct. So it's outdated. Yes, one I am writing. Anybody else? Let's make it interactive. Huh? So
It is not
unmute your
fitting our
mic.
requirements.
I may get some background sounds. It's quite okay, right? We are all working from home majorly. So it's okay if your child are talking or you have a background. Don't worry on that. If I did this class from my home, you would hear my 2 daughters also in the background. So don't worry on that. Anybody else?
Do not meet our requirement, current requirement.
Okay, so it is doesn't meet the current requirement. So I'm just writing. So current requirement is not met. So current need I'll write, not requirement. I'll just write my current need. Anybody else?
But we cannot maintain it because we won't get parts to
Yeah,
repair.
maintenance is an
Maintain.
issue. Yeah, I think you're talking with respect to the 2 cars. So maintenance issue, I think, right? So one I'll write maintenance. Anybody else?
Fuel efficiency is not there, sir.
Okay, fuel efficient. But what about the 25 paise coin? Yeah, what he says is perfectly right. So I'll write not fuel efficient. So fuel efficiency is very down with especially with these 2 cars. Anybody else? You think about this bichara 25 paise coin.
Am I audible?
From
Yeah,
25
very well.
paise
Please
we
go ahead.
can't buy anything in today's world.
Yeah,
that is
so
why 25
he talks about this coin. He says, see, I'll crash this. He says, इसमें कुछ नहीं आता. 25 paise में कुछ नहीं आता. You can see also that it's 1975 date is there, and moreover, maybe it is demonetized. I was I was
Hello, am I
expecting one
audible,
of you
sir?
to, yeah, one
Am
of
I
you to
audible?
tell. Yeah, audible. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Audible. In my opinion, probably all the things ambassador was a maximum till 1990s, late 90s up to that, and Maruti was till 2005, and 25 paisa coin just around 2000 and 2000 means ultimately it is not compatible to today's requirements. I think
Right.
probably.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I got all your answers. I think you can mute yourself, all of you. So I got all your answers. Let's see one by one what are the things. So one of my friends said it's outdated, right? So definitely you cannot take an ambassador and move around. The reason would be people would be seeing it, and moreover, the few maintenance would be difficult here. Fuel efficiency also will be very less, so it won't be efficient, so you will be spending a lot of money here with the outdated thing, right? Similar here with this. So even if you buy this, you will have your peer pressure saying that why you brought this, you could have gotten a better car which is having recent. Your own children won't accept it. They say yeah, इसमें तो bed भी नहीं आएंगे, right? So this is about the cars. The see about this current need, I was joking that it may have been demonetized. It is not demonetized yet. 25 paise coin is still active, but you won't be able to buy anything in this, right? So because the current trend is your earlier 10 rupees is now 100 rupees. You earlier used to open 10, now you open 100, and then only it is sufficing. The earlier 500, right? So the earlier 500 is still 1000 is not there, 2000 is again removed. So what I'm trying to say here is when we are not accepting the earlier things like your earlier coins, your vehicles, your own telephones. I have not put a telephone, so you won't have a dial tone telephone, right? So you won't do that round mixing and seeing that calling. You won't do that. So why? Because that's not the trend. The trend now is with regard to having a mobile. So you'll have to stay with your time as your times are. But you'll remember your good old days. You'll show your photos to your younger generation and say, this is how we were, right? So it is retrospectively, you will talk about that, you know, in 25 paise per coin, I used to get a kg of sugar. So maybe in 50s or 60s, you would have told like this. But similarly, whatever I have shown, the analogy I have given. So this is not an exact analogy to talk to about education policy, but by using this, my audience is generally enlightened over what I'm going to say. So now if you apply the same things, what is outdated, current need. So this is more important, whatever is told here. Current need is that we require some education policy which is suiting our industry, which is suiting our government, right? So which is changing as per the changing times. So we need such with more and more number of technology coming in. Now I am able to talk to you remotely. So we need something flexibility here. So these flexibility things was not present with an earlier education policy. See, if you are a school dropout, you will never be allowed to join school again, right? Or else it will be again say something like Mehuna, where you will be going as an uncle and you will be finishing your schooling, right? So that kind of rigid structure which was early, but in the earlier days it was very good. Reason why? Because it was told that agar school if he is not continuing properly, then he's not a serious student, so he won't be useful to the country, you know, to the industry, blah 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 blah. But now it is not like that. Now I take a break. See, at class 7, I am a very good singer. Literally, I am a very bad singer. So, but assume that I am a good singer. I want to pursue a 1 year of singing. I got selected in, say, any of these reality shows, and I have signed a contract for a year. So, but I am good average academically also, but I still want to continue my schooling. So now there will be a provision where it will be allowed to take a 1 year's break, go and pursue your passion, come back, right? So such kind of things was not there in the education policy as such. Even to this date, I say the policy was not bad, but it did not have proper tweaking structures. So that was why we thought that let us make a policy. They thought that let us make a policy suiting this particular education scenario or the student scenario what we have, our own children, right? They come and tell you, Papa, Mummy, आज तो class अच्छा नहीं था, जो teacher पढ़ा रहे थे मैं कुछ नहीं समझ पाया. So do you think that you were able to go and tell as your when you were children to your parents, your father or mother would have slapped you और teacher के बारे में ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए. ठीक है. So you see there is a paradigm change now, right? Wherein we are in the new generation, we are in the new world, we have new things coming in. So like this, we are having a new national education policy which has come in. So now we will put this off that it's not that these are bad, but they may not be suitable to the current trend. So we will put this off. So that's why we require to have an education policy which will suit our current needs. So that is why the education policy, the same thing, whatever I told orally is in terms of slides now, because the employment landscape is different, ecosystem is different, right? And earlier you see, I still remember myself reading a poem 10 times. Then my teacher asking me, can you recite it? Then I would recite it without any error, right? So what if somebody cannot do that? So does it mean he or she is a bad student? Answer is no, right? So such thing that it should evolve less to content, more about learning, thinking critically or solving some problem, and thinking out of the box and trying to find out ways and means in which we can satisfy our, see, I'll have to run a family, right? Finally, after I go home. So if I am very bookish that I don't understand at all how to run a family, what is the use of the education that I have taken? So such questions need to be answered. So these were the, so our all our syllabus, which is technically called, see these were big words, huh? Don't go on these all these big words. Pedagogies, all these are fancy words. So simple is syllabus. So we used to call when we were small, na, ये syllabus में आया, question syllabus से आया है या नहीं आया है, right? So this syllabus part is called pedagogy. So your syllabus should evolve, or pedagogy must evolve to make education more experimental, holistic. See, all again now, these are all big words. So don't be thinking that what these things are, ye kuch hai nahi, right? I'll show you some videos where you will think and where you will show. That's why I checked initially if the videos are playing or not, where all these words are made into simple things. Right. So this is more, I'll go in on this a little bit later because of we'll have to talk about this because education policy is mainly on this, but this is the main part. See, it should build character, enable learners to be ethical, rational, compassionate, and caring. Right. So I think this is lacking in major Western education system. It was there in our education system prior when we were doing our Gurukul system, when it was there before this Britishers education what we had earlier. There was a Gurukul system, right? So there people were taught to be together. They were taught to be living together, staying together, and they were able to, if somebody is unwell, caring for them. That was building someone's character, right? So, and that is the reason you would have seen. See, I'll tell you one, I'll go out of syllabus because I was talking about syllabus. Let me go out of syllabus. Nowadays, academic world, most of you are academicians. I myself an academicians. So what do we all think? Mera promotion kab hoga? Right? First thing what I think when I come to my room, mera promotion kab hoga? More than that, when I say mera promotion kab hoga, more than that, I always think uska kyun ho gaya? Mera kyun nahi hua? So you see what type of, though we are educated, right? It includes me also. I am not telling that most of you are thinking, it includes me also. So you see what we are thinking, right? We are not thinking mera more than mera kyun nahi hua. I am talking about uska kyun ho gaya? You know, he was close to X, he was close to Y, he was close to Z. That's why he got it. I have my own justifications to give, right? So this is not building my character. So now you put this analogy to someone who is a soldier. I think most of us have seen recent Sher Shah. I don't think anybody is here who have not seen Sher Shah, the movie of where they show the life history of Bikram Batra, right? So Bikram Batra's life story is shown in Sher Shah. So what you will observe there? Now, if somebody thinks like that, do you think that anybody will go to war or anybody will go to leaving their own personal things, go on the front, whichever front we are able to fight, we have to go there. right? So this lacking of character for the educated lot, we are not spending time on building character. We are not enabling learners to be ethical. What do I mean by ethical? ये नहीं आ रहा है, थोड़ा चेंज करके प्रेजेंट कर दो यार, क्या होने वाला है, छोड़ो, right? So such things, compassionate and caring. We see our neighbor suffering, but we don't want to go there and talk to them. So such things were lacking because it became rat race. So that's the right word which I at least use. It has become such a rat race. Even to this date, I always think when I will become this, when my next milestone will come, blah blah blah. So I think this should be changed because one should always build character. I think this is there in earlier with some countries. Israel, it is there. Mandatory 1 year military training is there. So you will have to leave your school and go do a training and again come back. So there you get to build your character, meet people, learn new things. This was lacking in our current education system. So they thought that let us build it. So you may think what will happen if such things are built. So let's go here. So our education system was like this. See, you see a teacher here. So he's trying to tell all these people, animals, this is a typical analogy by Albert Einstein. So he's trying to judge all these 4 people by the way that they are able to climb the tree. See, so the criteria here is you have to climb this tree, right? And the criteria is same for everybody. So who will be the winner here? The monkey will be the winner. To some extent, the dog or somebody could climb it. It is impossible for the elephant to climb, and it will be impossible for the fish to climb, right? So what does it mean? They are of no use. So the current system was like that. So where it was putting a set of rules and saying that all of you should cross this. If anybody doesn't cross, then your grades are down. You are not useful. You need to improve. Blah 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 blah. But the same person may be good in linguistics. The same person may be good in delivering a lecture. The same person may be a good singer. The same person may be a good architect, planner. So that was never seen. Right? So this was the 2 things that was lacking. So I think I am covering these 2 slides. Why slides I have covered. So any doubts on these why slides? I'm restricting here because I should go to my actual plan. So I'm just waiting here for you to ask if there is any discussion on these 2 why slides. I'll give a little pause and ask you.
Sir, earlier slide, it was experimental. Hello, sir.
Yeah, can you be a little bit louder? I'm unable to hear you.
Was it earlier slide? It was experimental.
Yeah, I got your question. So basically what he's asking is what was lacking in our policy was it was not much experimental. It was more theoretical. The education was more theoretical, whatever. Yeah. It was more theoretical. It was not more experimental. It was not based on coming out of the box and thinking. So that was the need why we wanted to go for a new education policy. Now coming to this part 2, higher education, because I need to touch upon this, then only you will be able to understand whatever I am able to cover part 3 and part 4. So part 2 is higher education. So if you see this, these are, as I told, it's a 66-page document from 36 to 38. Part 2, points 11 to 11.12. So these around 12 points, if you see this word holistic. So when I say holistic, right, it means that, see what we call all-rounder. So I think in cricket analogy, we refer this as an all-rounder. He can bat, he can bowl, right? So all-rounder type of thing. So here the focus holistic means, please understand, you may have other people who may tell their definition. My way of definition, holistic is an all-rounder. So somebody, if you want to evolve a character, then you should know many things, that you should be able to do good life skills. So you should be able to do, say, life skills are here, right? They are soft skills. This is how your life is shaped, right? This is maybe your profession. So these 2 may be your profession. These 3 things may be your profession. Majorly of India, these are the 3 things in the profession. So these 2 things we call it hobby. We call it hobby, but nowadays it is not a hobby. People are making this itself as a profession, right? You have so many examples here. So earlier it was not like this. If some student told that no, I want to do singing and painting, their parents would say, no, who is going to do medicine and engineering? You are going to do it. You don't have a life in singing and painting. So what we are trying to judge is we are trying to make a person holistic. So not all persons will have all these qualities. Few subset one may have. One may be a good engineer at the same time a good singer too, or vice versa. May be a good medical doctor but has painting as a hobby. But painting can also be pursued as a profession by the same medical doctor, right? So like this is the meaning of holistic. We mean all round development of students. So this is introduced here, and this is based on our ancient India. So this is based on our ancient India, that earlier whatever I referred to as a Gurukul system, that was prevalent in ancient India. So that they are trying to bring in here, right? So this is linked with holistic is linked with this multidisciplinary. So this means the multidisciplinary. So if you want to become holistic, then you should know more than one things. What are the things you should know? You should be, suppose you're an engineer, so you should know engineering, right? So at the same time, you may be good at debate or presenting, right? So here you may be a medical doctor. So at the same time, you might be a good singer. So you are going to go into along, if you are achieving holistic, then you are opening up your disciplines. You are making it from uni, you are making it multidisciplinary things you are going to do. So that's what is meaning by holistic and multidisciplinary, why it is required. And what I was telling here with regard to this build character, etc. I'll show you a small thing. I think I have shown this earlier also. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is we should work together. So what are the works? These science, engineering, technology, management should be going with arts. So see, painting is an art, singing is an art, debating, talking to people, being compassionate comes in humanities. Vocational work means even military training, right? So you may go for 1 year vocational tour where you join the army, take the training for 1 year. Maybe you are required in the future. In India, it is not required because we are 1.3 billion. But in countries like Israel or smaller countries, everybody, you never know, tomorrow maybe a war, you may have to take the guns, right? So vocational training may also be mandatory military training, right? So how will this lead to positive learning and outcomes? So it is not always bookish. So I just take this example. This most of the things um, I'll put my pointer off, right? And I will I'll discard this, right? So I'll put this in full screen. Please check this and see this is a 3-minute video, right? So it's the best motivational message what we try to give. I think Professor So let us see the next.
Your first Ranji Trophy practice when you were drafted into the squad. Do you remember what happened?
Together I will tell you the things. So let's go here.
Cody finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup after 28 years. The parties start in the dressing room, and it's an Indian captain who's been absolutely magnificent in the night of the final.
I'll put my video on, right? Because we need to discuss now without the slide. I'll stop my share screen. Yeah. So what do you understand the two videos that I showed you? Can I get some things before I tell my perspective of it? Can you tell me? I'm eager to hear you. Please unmute and please talk.
Always remember your dreams.
Okay, right. Yes, good. Next.
So may I?
Yeah, please.
May
Please
I?
go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
So thing is that in my view, sticking to my own point is okay every time, but don't means letting think for the future. Dream is there, but the present I cannot avoid. Whatever comes in phrase, that's the problem. The thing is that means actually you try to intend to let us know that the fine points of new educational policy means going for after certain years of education we may go out and then again come back, means rejoining and then again doing like that to ultimate reach the goal. Maybe not within the 20 years, but maybe in 30th year or the 40th year, or right now someone is getting their degrees at the age of 80 and 90 plus they are thinking about. Well, lifelong learning you are trying actually to mention. Thank you, sir.
Right. Right. So can you tell me more about the example that I showed, the two people talking and we had Dhoni who had hit a six and lifted the World Cup. So can you tell why did I show these two videos? Some reason should have been there. Why? What do I want to convey the message?
Try and achieve the goal. Means
Okay, try and achieve the goal.
So many losses means ultimately you will reach the Everest. Whoever comes first, not reach over there, and that is the target. You have to achieve it somewhere in sometimes in life, maybe late, but achiever will be there. And also another thing, probably in the next stage you may tell that to sustain that means after achieving to sustain it and sustainable the kind of thing you may talk about, probably in my view you are going to tell in the next part sustainability also, not achieve that one and sustain and development means actually means once achieve then means check means evaluate yourself and others and then re-evaluate and then and another modification and then again apply and then modification means continuous change process you are trying and then achieve like that means everything you have told in this two nutshell in my view. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And I think Nagesh Narasimha Rao's unmuted. Something you want to say?
You're telling new education policy is concentrating on ethical. Okay, do you mean that our ancient education system is not ethical?
I think your voice was very low. I think.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, now audible.
You are telling that new education policy is concentrating on ethics. Do you mean that earlier education system, that is our ancient education system, is not having any ethics?
Yeah, I'll answer this. But I have not yet got the full answer of why did I show these two cricket videos in between of education policy? Why did I show that?
No, that is you are doing it repeatedly and achieving better and better.
Anybody else?
I think the first video of Dhoni, it depicts the frustration a person has when he is not getting a flexibility to enhance his skills. So he is actually interested in enhancing his skills, but he's not getting the opportunity in his jobs.
Okay, so let's come specifically to what he's saying. So in the first video he says when he was expressing his disappointment, right, he's trying to tell his frustration. That's what he's trying to tell, right? But in this video, first video, as you are trying to say, who is the teacher there?
In the first video, the other person, his senior person, is only a facilitator. He is giving you options to learn, but his teacher is somewhere
He's giving
outside.
options to learn. Yeah. That's nearing correct. And what about the second video?
I think the second video shows that if a person is getting an opportunity to enhance his skills, what are the great things he can achieve. Right. If he wouldn't have taken the choice, he would have remained a mediocre railway professional. And when he has made the choice, he has become an excellent all-rounder.
Okay, so now I'll tell you my perspective. I heard all of you. I'll answer even one of the questions that you posed me. I'll answer it a little bit. Give me some time. I'll answer that. But I'll tell you my perspective of the first video. So the first video is typical. The video is taken from Dhoni, the Untold Story. So it is the protagonist in this case is sitting on a railway platform and sitting quiet. You have the manager coming in, talking to him, right? So what does he talk? He talks, why are you sitting here alone? He then he says, talk it out. So then he says, I am losing here. I am only playing Ranji. I am not. I am doing this ticket collection, etc., etc. Right? This is what the protagonist tells. What does the other person say? He could have said, ah, yeah, so bad. So things are very bad. For me also, there is very bad. I also suffered this, right? I also happened to do like, even I was a very good player. I also couldn't achieve. This is one way in which that person could have responded, which many of us do, right? But you see the difference there, what he tried to talk. He tried to talk in other. So in this context, he is a teacher. So what he tried to talk is he tried to tell him in his own language because he won't understand anything apart from cricket. So he told him, he gave few examples. He told, see, how do you play a ball which is a full toss? What do you do? So the protagonist tells that I hit it very hard. What do you do for a half volley? I hit it over the stadium. That's what he said. What do you do if there is a bouncer? So the protagonist here tells, I duck. So I duck means I put my head down. So I leave the box. So here the other person, in this case, the teacher. So as per me, he is the teacher. What is he trying to say here is you play as per your merit, keep playing, something good will happen. So if you repeat it in Hindi, he says, lage rehna hai, merit se khelna hai. So this is what he says, right? And after that, he says, okay, don't worry about your job signature, I'll do it. So what he is playing the role of a teacher. He is playing the role of a teacher and motivating this person so that he may achieve something good in life. And since this happened, it's a real life story. So this happened, it's a real story. You could see India lifting the World Cup after so many years, right? So I think it was roughly 20 years. India lifted the World Cup. That's what was the commentary in the last. So what was the reason? It was a team effort, but the last run which was scored by the person who himself on one day was sitting on a platform and saying, life is bad. I'm not getting opportunity, right? What will happen to me? So this is the same person who finishes off in style. So this is what I'm trying to say here is, so here we need teachers to be compassionate. We need students to be compassionate. So these are the things which it was not lacking in our policy. What happened was, I am answering one of the questions which was raised that the question was, I could hear it properly, that it was, does our current system does not tell ethics? Is it so? So it is not so that the current system doesn't talk about ethics. It talks, you have moral science, etc. In our school education, we do have moral science. We ourselves have written exams for more. We have attended those classes, but it is not told in a way that it is important. So the current thing it is told, so our parents won't, my parents did not ask me, did you learn moral science properly? My parents asked me, did you learn your core subjects properly? Right? So why the focus was there? So because the focus was there, people lost on these life skills. It is not that it is not there, it is there. But the main focus was education from getting a job, education from becoming an entrepreneurship, education from doing what, achieving many things, monetary things, etc., etc. But the soft skills were not true. It was not that it is not there, but focus was not there. Here and there were few people. You have this one example here. The teacher could have told, my life also is like challenging that I also face so many problems. No, but the teacher thought, in this case, he is not exactly a teacher. He's a colleague. He's a higher colleague. But what did he played the role of a teacher? So it is not that always the teaching learning happens in a classroom environment, in a textbook environment. Classroom and the education policy stresses that teaching learning may also occur outside the classroom. That is what the pedagogy is evolving and the pedagogy is going out, right? So these two examples, what you see, it's a really motivating these two videos. If some of you are non-Hindi, I'm just telling you it in English. The first part of the video that shows is about a disappointed person, a cricketer who has lost his interest because he is not finding the opportunities. So the teacher who comes, the senior person who comes, tries to tell, don't be disheartened, play as per your merit, keep doing hard work. And the next video that you saw, as all we know, it was in English, where he told that he lifted the World Cup, right? The team lifts the World Cup after 23 years. So this means, these two videos mean that focus was more on getting a job. Focus was more on getting an opening or joining your father's or your ancestral business by developing these skills, and focus was not on soft skills. That is what it means. It is not that it doesn't have, it has, but focus was less. So I think I'll put my video off. I'll go to some portions. I think I have some half an hour's time. I'm putting my screen again in share mode. So we finished these two things, multidisciplinary education. So here I have given you a non-textbook examples. See, here you would have seen, so I'll bring my pointer back. Here you would have seen student motivation. See, anybody can be a student, anybody could be a teacher. So in this case, the higher official is a teacher and this person is a student, whatever video I showed you. Vice versa, it may be, I may be a student, my daughter may be a teacher. She might have told me, Papa, you don't know this. This is like this, this is like this. So it's a lifelong learning. So student motivation, many of the times, I think our country has all the resources that we can do more than what we generally do. Means we can achieve more than what we generally achieve. What is lacking is motivation. What is lacking is that pumping required from the higher officials, that don't worry, everything will be all right. You keep doing good work. Promotion nahi mila, theek hai. Please do good work. You see, next time you will get it. This kind of motivation we lack, right? That is the reason why we are lacking. So it is not that we don't have resources, we don't do hard work. We do all the things right as other countries, but we are lacking in this motivation. So these are the two things. And coming to this, the next part, right? So here I think we finished this. So here we try to see this holistic and multidisciplinary education being flexible. Being flexible. So flexible means what? Flexible means don't judge people. See, I think all of us should also understand that whenever we are talking to our students, so we should not always judge them. So we should always give, we should be a motivator. We should allow them space, give them more time to grow, let them make mistakes, let them correct their mistakes. Let's be flexible. So this is what all the curricula or the pedagogy syllabus should be for the higher institutes, and innovative. So coming out of life skills, real life skills, experimental. So one of your friends was telling, so it is experimental. So it should be, and it should be credit based courses, credit based. I'll tell you, I think most of us know, but still I'll tell you these things. And the structure and length of the degree program should be adjustable. See, it should be adjusted. I'll tell you in my next slide what I mean by this. So typically mindset is what? If somebody joins a BTech, because most of us who are from the engineering background, we understand the BTech example. So let's take that we do BTech. Say we find some student not good in BTech, failing or not performing good, right? So then what? Generally we put him as a BTech dropout, and he or she quits the course. So there will be a change in the new education policy here. So if there is a forced exit, we will give him a chance, but still, if he's not able and going to quit in 1 year, then it will be a certificate only. It will be a certificate only kind of program. What he get, that he tried to do this, maybe he will get some other job, life skills he may get, right? So if they tried something and came out in 2 years, so he would be offered a diploma degree, and diploma degree. This is not a degree. This is just a certificate that for 1 year, this person was here, he did this, but couldn't complete the course. But a certificate that he tried to do that. So that it is, whether it is useful or not, whether it is a job, whether he would get a job or not, those things are not yet clear, because these are the recommendations given by the education policy, but they have not yet been implemented. So these are the recommendations. So it is like adjustment. So this is what the adjustment word, 1 year adjustment, only certificate. Okay, 2 year exit, it's a diploma. 3-year, they want to make a 4-year BTech, 3-year BTech, just like our BSc, like our BSc, whatever we have, or any other 3-year degree. They want to make a, if somebody goes out in 3 years, still they would get a bachelor's degree, right? But if somebody stays for the entire 4 years, then in the final year, he does a research course, a research project, which we call in the 4th year. So this, he gets a degree, bachelor's degree with research. So you may have a question now, what is the use of this with research degree? So the usefulness with research degree is he could skip the MTech, the PG. So here I have written PG for a generalized audience. For an engineering audience, we call it as MTech, right? So it's a PG degree he could skip for 2 years. So he can do it only in 1 year, because he has already spent some 4 years with research. So he would get this. So 1 year here, he would get a PG, he would get a PG plus a UG degree. So this would be completed in 5 years. Now it takes 6 years. So this it takes in 5 years, right? You may tell me that there is also dual degree program, integrated BTech is there. Yes, integrated BTech is currently there. Yes, it is there, 5 years, BTech plus MTech, integrated BTech is there, but it is there at the start of the program. So when you do take the seat only, you should decide whether you are doing a normal BTech or you are doing an integrated BTech. In between, that choice will not be given to you. Here there is a choice that will be given to you after 3 years. You want to go for a job, right, where you are going into some companies or some organization or making entrepreneurship. You can quit here, still get, say, 1 year, become a bachelor of whatever degree you are doing, electronics, computer science, ceramic, whatever you are doing, civil, etc. But you want to stay for 4 years, do it with the research part. This will enable you to do higher studies. So it becomes 5 years. So you save clearly 1 year, because some part of research you do in the bachelor's degree. So this is one of the suggestions given by the this national education policy. Then PhD, what is the current enrollment? Current enrollment is master's degree is required. All of us know that with a master degree only I can do PhD. But this allows for, after 4 years of I don't want to do masters, I directly want to jump to do PhD. So here I can jump after doing the 4-year degree with research. Instead of doing masters, I can directly go and do PhD. So PhD, as we know, there is no time bound. It depends on your research work. So there is no time bound. So I put a dash here. There is no time, right? So here in masters, you spend 5 years. Now you decide to go and do degree PhD, then also you can. But in both the cases, you will save how many years? 1 year. Because the earlier was BTech was 4, MTech was 2. Then only you can come and do PhD. So it was 6. So now you have option. If some student decides in BTech only I have to do PhD, then 4 plus PhD on an average, I'm telling you, on an average takes 5 years, including your defense and all that. So 5 plus 4, 9 years is done. Currently it is 4 BTech, the current system, 2 MTech, 5 years PhD. Clearly it is 6 plus 5, 11 years. Here you get 5 plus 4. Here you get 5 plus 4 equal to 9 years. But its consequences are not known because the first batch has not yet come. We don't know how it works. So here, if you ask me, sir, what is the use of the certificate only course? It is a loss, etc., etc. Maybe they have thought something which we may not know in detail, because in the 66-page document, it is not written. What will happen for these 1 year exit people? It is not written. Here onwards, we understand. Here onwards, we understand. But what about this? It's not clearly specified, right? So any doubts on this flexibility aspect? Is it okay? Okay. Can I move ahead? Yes, please.
Sir, is it immediately implemented in engineering with the present +12 students, or is it
Yeah, I'll come to this. Yeah, I got your point. I'll come to this. I think the question is, from when will it be implemented, and means what are the timelines? I think that I'll cover a little bit later, but I am noting your question now. I'm noting it down. I won't answer it here because there is a separate, in making it happen, I have separate slides for that. But at least the fundamentals, did you get, all of you? What is this flexibility? Okay. Now let me go to how this would be achieved. See, I told that somebody will quit in class 7. Then after 1 year, he or she may come back to school. Somebody will quit in engineering first year, again come back and join. So that multiple entry and multiple exit you're allowing, how you will manage it? That will be managed via the academic bank of credit. So this you can think of like your bank. So you have, see, all of us have banks, though digital banks we don't visit it anymore, but we still access our accounts. Sometimes we go physically whenever required there. So all of us understand the concept of bank. So what do we do in bank? What do we park there? We park our money. So why don't we carry it with ourselves? We don't carry it with ourselves because some theft may happen. We may lose it, it may fall down, we may lose it, misplaced, etc. etc. So we don't keep hard cash, lot of hard cash with us. What we do, we keep soft cash in terms of credit cards, nowadays Google Pays or Phone Pay and all this stuff, which ultimately connects to the bank. So we have this traditional bank, forget the academic bank, see the traditional bank. We are having the traditional bank with us, right? What do? We park money here. So let's come to the academic bank. What we try to do, say for engineering, let us talk about engineering. So I finished my first year of engineering. I had 6 courses, right? I got whatever CGP I got. Say, I suppose I am a very poor person. I got 7.5, right? A very average kind of 7.5 CGP I got, and distribution of it in what courses, what I got, all that information is available. And I want to quit this course now. I want to go and do something, singing or etc. profession. I want to try entrepreneurship, and then if it does not work, I want to come back. Then what I do, in my name there will be one bank, academic bank. So this normal bank will become an academic. This will be digital. Every institute will have an academic bank of its students. There we are going to store these credits. So I finished this, I got this CGPA. I got for 80 credits, 80 credit courses, 6 courses I did, or 6 or 8 labs, whatever I did, 80 credits I finished. I got 7.5. But to finish a course, total course, that 3 year or 4 year, whatever course, suppose 240 credits are there. If I finish these 240 credits over 3 or 4 period, then only I'll get a degree. But I finished successfully 80. Right, so this will be minus this 80 will be done. So remaining credits I have to clear, right? So these 140 credits, when do I do it? It's entirely 6. It should be 6, right? Sorry.
160.
So these 160 credits when I do, right? So this, it will be left to me. I can come after 1 year. I can come after 2 years, but I'll have to do it along with the students who are doing that. I cannot do it. My friends are already gone. But I am having an opportunity of coming and finishing the degree. I'm having that opportunity because I am having a credit system. If I don't come in 1 year, if I don't come at all, then 1 year certificate will be given to me. Suppose I became a big entrepreneur. I don't want this degree at all. Then one namesake for my children, I will be showing it that I have a 1 year degree certificate only. So you would have seen the movies where one of the movies where you would have seen this Dilwale Dulhania, where he puts he fails in all the subjects and the failure certificate he puts on the frame date. So it may be like that. So 1 year I may only get a certificate, right? So this academic bank of credit will be established, which would be digitally stored, and it will be recognized by all institutes so that degrees can be awarded, right? So any doubts on this how this flexibility will be achieved so that we can move ahead? I'm coming to the end almost. I'm on my time.
Sir, is there any time limit to do it or no time limit?
Currently, there is no time.
Suppose
Somebody
I
could
do
come.
some graphics.
Yeah, currently BTech. Yeah.
And
I got a
20 years
question.
later, I'll come back and try to complete another 160 credits. But all the
Yeah,
syllabuses are revised, and these 80 credits, what I achieved is outdated. Because maybe after 20 years down the lane, maybe courses are full of AI and ML only. Then how relevant is my 80 credits which I studied 20, 30 years back?
Okay. So yeah, it is coming to the implementation issues. So whatever, like, I'll just tell to the benefit of the audience. The entire question says that, see here, example, I took 80 credits, so it would have been done today. Today means the last academic year. Now somebody comes after 20 years. We don't know what technology will come, right? So how relevant these 80 credits which has already been completed, 80 credits which is already been completed, and further the remaining 160 credits 20 years later will be something different because pedagogy will change. So how exactly will it be relevant? How exactly it will be different, whether it will be useful or not? That we will come into the implementation aspects and how they are trying to achieve it. I'm coming to that a little bit later, but I am noting your question. So how it will be achieved, so that I will be coming into the next part. And the years, currently no years have been set, but we don't know because of many deliberations going on at the institute level, many feedbacks. There may be some caveat. Currently for engineering it is 8 years, so maybe it cannot be indefinite. There will have to be a definite period which has to be put, but those are again open-ended questions currently. Okay. Yeah.
I have
so
a question.
I
have a question, sir.
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
This is Dr. Srinivas Patnaik. I have a
Yeah,
question. Is there any mechanism by virtue of which Swayam platform is kind of integrated into this NEP?
Swayam platform is it is not integrated into NET, this NEP. It has been recommended for NEP. I think I'll just fast. I'll come here to talk later because I am having a two. So whatever you're talking here is we are going to address it. Swayam.
Got it.
But let me come one by one because I have again tomorrow's part also I'll be covering. We'll be trying to cover, but we'll go one by one. So it's good that you're asking about Swayam Diksha or Swayam Prabha TVs. That will be the implementation aspects. I will be coming to that shortly. But at least till now, the general audience, can you understand these two, flexibility and this academic bank of credit? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Then let's go to this. How it is being achieved? How it would be achieved? So see, these are already existing. IITs already exist. IIMs already exist. NITs exist. Central universities exist. Triple ITs exist. All this, etc. means all this, right? But they are going to set up a multidisciplinary education and research university. Here they are not going to produce BTechs or basically broadly you can think that it's something like an IISc, but it is not an IISc exactly. But as of now, you can think something like an Indian Institute of Science will be set up here. That will be called MERU. It will be a purely research university where the focus will not be on producing graduates for employment. There will be a focus to do research with the interdisciplinary, whatever we call multidisciplinary, and these holistic issues. These new institutes will be set up. So who will set up, how that will be set up, like those things I'll to when it making it happen, when I cover the making it happen, right? And this HEI, when I mean by HEI, higher education institutes, they will focus on this catchy words, research and innovation. I think it is already there. Incubation parks are already there. So can anybody tell me where is the incubation park in any of the IITs? Do you know? Excuse me. Can anybody tell?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Yeah, I guess IIT Mumbai has an incubation center.
Right. I think all IITs have, but one thing which stands out, Mumbai, what you say, and these incubation centers, more famous, this technology park is with this IIT Madras. I think the Ashok Jhunjhunwala group has a separate technology park. It's just like a multinational company just beside the IIT campus. It is just outside. There, if you see, there you are having this technology part, incubation, and as he rightly also said that incubators are already present in Bombay. Our NIT also has an incubator. So slowly people will focus on developing this incubation. So what do you mean? Like, I think all of us are aware about incubator. What is an incubator? Anybody could help me tell me what is an incubator in simple words?
The child is taken care of.
Yeah, I like this example very nicely. The child being taken care. This is the right example what madam gave. See, children, some people whenever they are just born have some neonatal issues like either their liver is not grown fully or they have some sort of jaundice or they have some slight breathing issues which need little bit of more care. So they are put under a care called an incubator. So they are given space to grow as if it is like in a mother's womb, but with it is artificial womb, which is an incubator. So they are given space to grow. They are given under the same conditions so that they can adjust and they can come back into the normal conditions. Similarly, companies cannot be founded overnight in a garage or etc. They need electricity, they need a network, they need staff, they need to pay the rent, etc. etc. So major investment goes there. So, but if I come to my organization, like I'm in a government organization, NIT, come here, we have ready space for you. You don't need to pay any rent, no electricity, no internet charges, right? My students will help you to do some part of your code or your technology solutions without giving the salary, but you should give experience to my students. Somebody is offered this, then the product is ready or the service is ready. The person's sale like it then goes under sale in the product or in a service form to the market. Money is generated. Slowly the company grows. Then after some time the company says, thank you very much for your incubation facilities. Now I have sufficient money. I can rent my own space out either outside or to your own space. Give me more space. I'll pay you rent. Right? Because now I can pay even your electricity. Now I can even pay you for your net charges. So this is called incubation. So incubation, the focus would be on incubator where you allow some people to grow when they are nothing. Then let them grow and then they will give back to you. Such sort of things we will be doing, but not only this is with technology, it will happen with humanities and social sciences both, because these are the neglected things. And just like our DST or DBT or SERB, they are going to set up a National Research Foundation, NRF. So this is called National Research Foundation, NRF. This will give the fund. Okay. Just like our DST. So you may ask me, sir, what will happen for DST, DBT, SERB, atomic energy? What will happen? It is not yet known whether they will all merge under this or they will remain separate entity and this will be another big entity. It is not yet known. Decision is still pending as per the document. But the new foundation, new research agency will be there called National Research Foundation. So with this, part 3, other key areas of focus, I will be talking in my tomorrow's part. So we will be talking about professional education, adult education, lifelong skills, all this stuff, as well as technology. People ask me about Swayam, so I'll be enlightening you about Swayam. Then how to make it happen. The last part would be making it happen, how to do it. So in tomorrow's 2 hours, I'll be trying to cover those aspects. But today it was how this, what means what we want to achieve. How it is we are going to achieve, we are going to talk about in our next 2 class, means your 2 hours that I have for tomorrow. Today's is that in a nutshell, if I summarize everything, the need is there for understanding some focus should shift. Again, I reiterate, it is not that it is not there. It is there, but we need to focus in a better way. So that is why the focus is little bit diverted towards new things. What and why we have answered. We have answered interdisciplinary and holistic things. Okay, we have taken few examples, lifelong examples, whatever I gave you. But again, online and digital education, how we ensure it is equitable, that everybody get equal opportunities, all those will be my focus in my tomorrow's class. So I open it for question and answers. So I'll take 5 minutes of questions, right, before I end. So I'll keep for 5 minutes. So I have had interaction in between also. So, but still we will keep it open for question and answers. If you have any, you can just ask me general questions about the policy, whatever I have spoken today. I'll stop my sharing. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Sir, what is the future of diploma engineering institutions in new education policy? Will they able to impart 3 years of degree without research in future?
Yeah, I think diploma institutes will merge now, be a part of the bigger institute. We cannot have a 2-year diploma separate when we are telling that engineering itself, if somebody quits there, you are going to have a diploma given, right? So you cannot have a diploma institute separately. So merging will take place. So all these ITI courses which are being held, so maybe they will be merged with the nearest, say for example, there may be 3 or 4 ITIs nearest to the NIT or nearest to the GEC Bilaspur. So they may have a government may recommend tie-ups with those ITIs so that some part, because they already have the infrastructure set up. So if we again go to set up the infrastructure, maybe we'll have to spend a lot of money again. They already have their this vocational infrastructure set up that may be utilized. So it will be like handshake. It will be something like this, that I have something, my nearest people have something, all are government institutes, either state or, that's why I told, I think when I go to my next 2 classes, I'll talk about the state's share as well as the central government share. So education, as you know, I forgot when my talk, I forgot to tell you, education is not fully centrally driven, right? Because say police is managed by the state. So if I want to take what you call this passport, then if I want to take a passport in Chhattisgarh, then Chhattisgarh police is going to come and verify my credential. If I want to take it in Odisha, right? So police is a matter of state, but education is not purely a matter of state. Right? Education is a dual. Education is a matter of state as well as the center. Both.
So sir, as you said,
Jyoti is having some question. She has her hand raised.
Sir?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go.
Sir, if a student is allowed to have choices of different subjects, say for arts or commerce or engineering, then in what way the degree will be allotted? As a science graduate or as a commerce graduate?
Yeah, madam, I got the question. Actually, this is already now started, at least in institutes like IITs and NITs. We are calling it major and minor. So say, for example, a student is admitted in the first year, major computer science, but he wants to do minor in electronics. Some subjects he wants to do electronics. So he needs certificate, major computer science, minor electronics. Somebody in civil. So civil wants to do some part of electronics, major in civil, minor in electronics. So that has already started. So it will come clearly as major and minor. Major few credits will be there. Maximum you will have to do credits there. Minor you will have to do few credits.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Narsim Rao. Yeah, Narsim Rao.
Sir, what about the job opportunities? Nowadays, engineering students, this major itself is finding difficult, their skill level. Suppose we say a major in electronics and minor in arts. What about the job opportunities?
Yeah, it's a very relevant question asked. Finally, at the end of the day, one should get job or at least be setting up your own organization. Finally, it will be that job opportunities, as we could see the current market trend, even in terms of pandemics. If the institute is reputable institute, it has good and the student has achieved good amount of credits and has got has fairly secured, then job is not a major problem nowadays. What I can see at least now, because job training they are again giving 6 to 8 months and they are putting in diverse areas. So job prospects are, I am very positive on the job aspects for Indians because now with our skills, whatever we have, I think we may fit many places because that's what they are saying interdisciplinary that may not be this computer science only, there may be requiring life skills, so maybe we may be fit anywhere. I'll give you my own example, right? So I am currently an faculty, so as my introduction read that I teach digital electronics and all this stuff, whatever basic electronics, I am heading the computer center for the institute, right? So suddenly I'm in terms of network and all that. So it is like that. And sometimes I am doing this for the institute. Whenever there is a high profile event, I am doing anchoring. Tomorrow I'll be showing that. I am an anchor there, right? Talking about the general things, right? Or I come under this GEC Vilaspur calls me, or so many institutes calls me. I start telling stories. Some people ask me, do you really teach electronics or do you only tell stories? So they ask me like this. So maybe it is a multidisciplinary nature that I have developed for myself. So I told one of the participants, please attend my digital electronic course and you will be sure that I know electronics. So on a lighter note, I'm telling you that
Your job
yeah.
is secure. I'm talking about a fresher who has to get this job.
Yeah. I'm talking about the freshers also. I have seen our own institute or even GEC. I have seen many institutes, private universities of Odisha also. I am part of their member of their committees, right? Which advises them on placement. I am part of that. So with my experience, I am saying that fairly good opportunities are there for Indian youth if they specialize properly and if their good orientation is given. So I have seen good, the salary package may not be very large. So let's not talk about the packages, what they would get fairly whenever someone starts. All of us started very small. So I think our salaries itself was around 900,000 rupees when we started. So let's not talk about the starting salaries or with regard to the organization which we joined. But we would get a job slowly, we will climb the ladder and someday it will be in a better way. So but starting initial job people are getting.
And what about the present diploma holders?
Yeah, present diploma courses, that's what, as I told to my earlier question was asked, present diploma courses may have to merge. They have to merge with the bigger institutes and offer their laboratories as part of them.
Who are having polytechnics, studied in polytechnics presently. Where they join? Now they are joining engineering.
Yeah, the polytechnics nearby vicinity will join to the nearest state government or the nearest central government institute. Thank you.
Sir, an extension to the same question, sir. Right now, if we see the kind of skills which are being taught in ITIs, suppose if someone is doing a ITI in welder trade, so he's a very skilled person knowing welding very well. Now, if someone joins for a BTech and he just completes his first year, where he has probably studied most of his science and humanities and basic courses, and after that, if he gets a certificate of say mechanical engineering, he is not that skilled as compared to that ITI holder. Same way with diploma. I mean, right now the diploma courses which are being offered in polytechnics, they are having a 3-year course where they are studying those subjects. They are having more on hands-on and less on theoretical part. Suppose like, a 3-year diploma holder of mechanical engineering, he knows how to do an overhauling of a IC engine, which a degree holder may not know it even after doing it for 4 years. So right now the three courses, ITI, diploma, and degree, they are catering to the different requirement of skill sets. But if you're merging all three of them and just saying that if 1 year is done, it's a certificate, 2 years is done, it's a diploma, 3 years is done, it's a degree, probably we are killing that skill force which is needed for the industry or for wherever the workforce is needed. So how will that actually cater? And one more thing, suppose like, if somebody just does 2 years of engineering, so probably he would not have even covered all the subjects of mechanical engineering. Most of the subjects like power plant engineering or his refrigeration and all that may come in the later years of his studies, which he is completing as part of his 3 years of diploma. So just saying it that, in 2 years you got a diploma while he has not even covered the complete curriculum. Second thing is not developing those kind of skill sets which are needed, which are expected from those lower level of people. So I probably feel very confused, like, is it really going to be a beneficial, or we are running into a mess by implementing this? Or maybe I have a doubt that probably diploma and degrees, they will continue parallel. Even diploma will have options that after 1 year you get a certificate. That certificate only entitles you that you can continue it after 1 year in any other institute. But it's not that a 2-year study of engineering is equivalent to a diploma course. They should actually exist as separate studies, because they are developing different kind of skills.
Yeah. Okay. If I can answer this particular thing is a matter of discussion between even the state governments as well as the center. So as you can see, the national education policy is a recommendation given because it won't apply to the state directly. They'll have to tweak it to their purpose. So since we are in a federal structure of the government, so here every state have their own ways, their own political leanings, etc., etc. So they may tweak this to suit their own population. So and what about the other thing that you have asked about how they would complete in 3 years? Syllabus would be, the pedagogy would be tweaked so that more theoretical concepts are not there. So if we continue it, it won't be squeezed. So some parts which are a little bit older will be dropped, or they may, it's not yet clear, it is just policy recommendation has come. They may ask that you do this online class, understand this theory online, but there will not be an exam on this. Exam will be on life skills, putting it on the work and doing it and realizing it hands-on. So focus will shift towards hands-on training for diploma or 1 year certificate and less on theoretical aspect. So somebody may have a counter question that without knowing the theory, how he would do the lab. So I think that is a matter of it has to be worked out how it would be told. So teacher training is required. The people who work in this diploma, the faculties will have to be trained, because they will have to come out of the earlier system and adopt to this system. And about the last part that you asked about how successful it will be, or will it be messy? It will be messy is what you told. That we have to check. We have to, that time will tell. I don't think we have to comment at this point. We'll have to wait for the time to see whether how it will, because whatever we do today over these 5 to 10 years will be visible for the next 20 years. So I think the time will be the best judge over its success. Yeah, I think we are done with this. Professor Sanjay.
So there is one more question.
Yeah. I think I'll take last question.
In WhatsApp. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Does NEP 2020 have any drawback?
Can you repeat, madam?
So does the National Education Policy 2020 have any drawbacks?
Drawback, okay. Yeah, of course it has. See, whatever we do, right, is not perfect. So I don't think perfect things exist. It has its own drawback in the sense that it may not be suitable. See, I can give a real life analogy. suppose you have taken a t-shirt, right? So this t-shirt may not fit everybody, right? So it will depend on the body type, it will be dependent on the size, right? So it may not, one fit all will never happen. So there is where one have to tweak, that it will have to be tweaked, it will have to seen, course correction would have to be done, that no, this has not worked, so let us correct it, let us change it. So I think those things are essential. So nothing is perfect. I myself have seen there are some parts which are there, which are question worthy, right? Few things you also asked about diploma and all that stuff. So it is not yet very clear because they have not told how they will achieve it. They have told recommendation, but exactly they have not said. So we'll have to wait and watch. I think Professor Sanjay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I think you are on mute, sir. Mute.
1 minute start and getting implemented.
Sorry, my mic was off. Sorry. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so much, sir. Thank you so much. Indrani, will you please sum up the lecture?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You rightly mentioned about education must build character, enable learners to be ethical, lateral, and compassionate. And through National Education Policy 2020, it will be possible because it focuses on the holistic and multidisciplinary education. I thank all the participants for their active participation. And at the end of this session, I extend my gratitude